Gentlemen, looks like the work of a ghost. Let's start by ruling out ghosts.
Is it the work of a ghost, or is it the Halloween 365 podcast? We are back.
Sorry.
Well,
welcome
okay.
back. As Chad said, the Halloween 365 podcast, where it's horror 24/7 and Halloween 365.
Well, we got an interesting show for you guys today. But before we get started, I just want to say, if you haven't already, go to our Instagram page. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us everywhere you can. Go listen to us.
Rate us,
on
listen to
Spotify.
us,
Go
download
listen
us
to
on
Apple
Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everywhere else.
Do all the above. We have a goal, people. We have a goal. You know what our goal is? We're going to become one of the top Halloween podcasts.
Yeah, we want to be on the
That's
top 10 list, ladies and gentlemen, so...
I'll be cool with top 10. I'll be cool with number 10.
I mean,
you give us number
top
10,
100
we'll
will be
take
fantastic, but top 10 is where I would like to be.
I'll take that too. Oh my god. So how you been, man? How you been? It's been a while.
It's good. It's spring now, which is just one more season closer to Halloween.
That's right. We're
Yeah.
almost at the halfway mark.
We're getting there.
We're almost there.
Unfortunately, we have to go through summer, and I'm just not a fan. I know that we're gonna have some listeners that enjoy summer. I am not that person. So,
Yeah, no, I'm not that guy either. Today I was watching a video where a gentleman was talking about how much he hates summer, and he was saying the sun should be held responsible for all cases of swamp ass. And I agree. Hold that son bitch responsible.
I once knew a gentleman that left a dryer sheet in the ass of his underwear so that he wouldn't have swamp ass. Apparently, even if he would get swamp ass, it would keep it fresh.
Fresh swamp
It
ass.
smells like
Is
lilac.
he serving up him flavored water? Ugh. Some lilac
Yeah.
swamp ass. It's your flavored water crystals. Drink up. Oh.
So,
At least he's not
aside from the lilac swamp ass, we did ask a question on our Instagram of horror movie preference. If I wanted somebody to name a horror movie that they thought that they were going to hate or not like and ended up enjoying. And that is kind of what I want to kick it off with that question, Chad. So, if you don't mind, enlighten me. What movie did you not expect to like?
So we talked a little bit about this in a group chat, and you knew where I was going with this. I thought when I first saw the trailer in 2012 that the movie The Cabin in the Woods would be a complete fucking disaster. Thought it was going to be trash. Watched it, and I fell in love with it. As weird as that is, I fell in love with it because it was something that at the time I was getting sick of seeing teenage slasher movies being shoved down my throat, and I loved the twist, the spin that Joss Whedon had put on it. And I don't know. It stood out to me. It really did. I know you didn't like it, but it stood out to me a lot. It did. No comment?
It's not. I think it.
I'll give you this.
No,
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, I want.
No, I was gonna say I could understand why you would not like it, and I could understand why a lot of people wouldn't like it because the premise is a little far-fetched. But at the same time, There's a certain charm about it, I feel.
No weird charm. You know what? We're not gonna let this one be calm. No. So the cabin in the woods, by its very nature, is not scary. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the details yet, but I'm just gonna say it is not scary.
It's not.
As a matter of fact, in the movie they show us the humorous side of horror. I don't want to fucking see that. Not whenever it's advertised to be scary. No, wait. Whoa. But by showing the humorous side of horror, they simply kill the chance of any suspense or mystery in the entire movie.
That's true. I'll say that. That is true. They do. But I think that's the point. They're wanting to poke fun at these movies because they understand that the narrative has become so derivative of itself. And they're like, this is stupid. Why are we splitting up? Oh, well, they're pumping hormones through the vents, causing you to think with your dick, not your mind. You know, they're doing all this stuff. And it makes me feel like every horror movie, every slasher movie that came before, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, fucking Hatchet. We'll throw Hatchet in there, Adam Green. All these movies, right, were all part of this, even Evil Dead, were all part of this sacrificial thing that if it didn't work out, the old ones would come up from their slumber and end the world. And just so happened, it ends with, well, spoiler alert, the world ends at the end of this movie. Like, a simple cabin in the woods slasher movie ends with the end of the world. Never been done before. But it also is like a sequel to every slasher movie ever made that came before it. That blew my mind. It blew my mind. It did. I know you hate it. It's different, though. But I am curious to see what your pick was.
First
this has
of
been
all,
something that even,
I want to end on the note of saying that I cannot stand Cabin in the Woods. I cannot stand It Follows for any fans out there that like that movie. I am sorry. You can kiss my digital ass because that movie is horrible as well. Also, I'm going to do a quick call out. Nightmare on Film Street. You're full of shit if you think that Malignant deserves any sort of fucking award.
Yeah. So okay, I'll stand by that one. Nightmare on Film Street. Malignant did not deserve an Oscar.
No,
by any stretch of the imagination.
Cabin in the Woods had more underlining
awards, but
tones
not an Oscar. I don't know where that Oscar
I hope that it's a
came
joke.
from.
I've not listened to the
But it wasn't
episode by
that
then,
good.
but I hope it's a joke.
It had to be.
Yeah, Nightmare on Film Street's a podcast, everybody, and if you don't already know that, but they put that post up and blew my mind. But yes, It Follows. I don't need a human resource movie health class teaching me about how I'm getting chased down by AIDS. Yeah,
But it's
I mean,
yeah. I like.
I was so I bought the Blu-ray. Damn it! I went and bought it because I was like, "This is gonna be good. It looks like a classic horror movie," and then I was so mad.
Yeah.
Anyways, off topic. So the question was, horror movie that you thought that you were not gonna like that you ended up really liking or enjoying or whatever the case might be. So, Jeremy is not with us. I do not know what his is, and
his was Puppet Master.
Okay.
Yeah, it shocked me too. I was like, Puppet Master?
That's odd.
I mean, okay. But apparently he said he could watch that movie over and over and over again. I disagree, but
I don't know. That's like watching Rose Red over and over and over again. So mine, this movie, a few of my friends enjoyed this movie before I ever watched it, and I did not want to watch the stupid movie. because I was so... I got in this deep appreciation for George A. Romero and zombie movies and how serious that he took them most of the time. And so when this movie came out and everybody was liking it, I was almost offended because I was like, that's not what a zombie movie is supposed to be. But now, I love this fucking movie. And it is Shaun of the Dead.
I'm out. No, fuck that. Fuck off. No way.
What?
No way. Are you joking?
I
Like, you actually
hadn't watched
like
it.
at
I
the
was
time?
judging it before I'd watched it.
Oh my god. No fucking way. Yeah.
I
so
saw like
good.
the previews
Yeah, I
and
can't-
shit like
I
that, and I
could
was like, oh,
never.
fuck off. I was like, these British... I mean, I was like, these
No
British
way.
dudes, and they're trying to make a mockery out of
man.
zombies. I was thinking all this shit in my head, and then I finally watched it. And I was like, oh, this is fantastic.
George Romero gave the movie his praise.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that
Gave it
until
his approval.
way after, but I'm just saying, like...
Beautiful. Yeah, of course. That's a shocker. I didn't expect that one to be the one that you thought, because we quote the movie.
I
all the
know.
damn
See, that's what
I
happened. I
never
finally
would've dreamed.
watched it. I mean, and it
never
took me a
would've dreamed.
while to watch it. I didn't watch it like it was like I caught it on TV or something. I didn't, to my knowledge, I did not seek this out. I didn't watch it on a DVD or anything like that.
I can understand where you're coming from, though. Seeing it as
Yeah.
a parody, like because at first glance the movie does seem a little.
That's
you know,
why I have issues
full
with
of
Day of the
itself,
Dead too.
in a sense, like where it's like,
Yeah, I've got
the
either
original
one.
Day
I've
of
got
the
the issues with and Land of the Dead. I've got issues with the zombies learning to use weapons.
I don't like Land.
Like
Yeah,
I
don't like
I
Land of the
get
Dead.
what they were going for, but that's I don't know.
Yeah, I never understood Land. I didn't like Diary of the Dead.
He was trying something new. I know that whenever Diary of the Dead came out, though, you and I were pumped about Diary of the Dead. We got on his website waiting.
We thought it was going to be the next big thing. I remember there was a contest that happened during that time frame too. Was
Yes,
there a
and there was
contest?
also a. I mean, don't get it confused with the Cloverfield contest.
The Cloverfield contest.
Yeah.
There were two.
Yeah.
But we entered both of those contests. Back
The
in day.
Cloverfield one would have been
It's like
cool because we
07,
would have got to get
08.
on the red carpet and at their premiere for it.
That one would have been cool, man. Yeah,
We would have
it
got to
been
meet
dope.
some
we
really cool,
tried.
actually famous people now.
We would we would have gotten to meet T.J. Miller, which would have been
At the
sick.
time, we wouldn't have even thought anything
TJ
about
Miller.
it. But
No, who would have thought that T.J. Miller would blow up to be such a... I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone, but he's he's definitely up there. You know, he's in
yeah,
Deadpool,
no,
so.
he's
Go
the
figure.
barkeep in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, it was Shaun of the Dead.
So, Shaun of the Dead, man. I'm still a little rocked about the Puppet Master
So
thing.
wait,
I don't understand
did I
it.
misunderstand the poll? Was it movies that you guys did not like when you first saw it, and then you because if I don't like it when I first see it, I don't keep watching the damn thing.
No, I think Jeremy. Now I could be wrong too, but I was under the impression that he was saying it's movies that we initially thought sounded or looked dumb.
Okay.
Judging from the name,
Yeah.
trailer, or anything like that. But then we watched it, or we were forced to watch it in some capacity, and then it turned out to be really good.
Yeah, then this for sure.
I guess that's kind of what. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I still stand by mine, but I'm still confused
Oh,
about Puppet Master.
Wait, do you
'cause-
want to know another really good one? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. This is the second
Oh,
time
no,
I
go ahead,
fucking
go
interrupted
ahead.
the Puppet Master.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
no,
I'm
no,
trying to
no,
expel it from the
I just wanna
podcast.
say-
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, just get rid of it. We don't need that. Anything full moon.
Another
made, no.
one that I did not think I would like and did not even want to give a try. And I know there's people that's going to hate on me for this, but just to go ahead and correct the record now, I really enjoy the movie now. And you're going to hate me too. It's The Thing.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Wait.
I mean, obviously I didn't see it when it came out, but I'm just saying, like, any version of The Thing, like the whole premise, I knew what was supposed to happen. I knew where the setting was. I knew the actors and stuff, and I was just like, I don't see this being interesting.
Damn.
The only space movies, and I know it's not technically a space movie, but it's got to do with an alien. The only movies like that I really enjoy are like Star Wars. Fifth fucking Element.
Were you
Fifth
ever a Star
Element
Trek guy?
No.
Fifth
Element's like
not a Star Trek. Although
one of my
I will say
favorite
this,
cult films ever.
I don't want to get off topic. Fifth Element. Fun fact about the Fifth Element: it's slightly ripped off. I feel like from the movie Heavy Metal, the original Heavy Metal, the animated movie. Very similar plot, almost identical. It's very strange. Just putting that out there. Don't understand it. I don't think that they actually
something I'm gonna have to
borrowed
check
anything that I'm
out
aware of.
because I love that movie. It's in my tops.
I don't know. I will say this too. A movie that I thought that I loved, or I would love, and then I absolutely couldn't fucking stand it. The original Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, don't even. Yeah, the flip side of this, fucking killed my soul, killed my absolute soul. I was so pumped, so pumped.
I don't know what happened.
I have no clue what happened.
I don't know what the hell happened.
We'll say creative, like director's creative vision or something.
Well,
you've directed,
that's
you've
the only thing I can
directed,
think
Chad.
of
What's
it
the
as is,
excuse?
Either one or two things happened. Either he didn't know what the hell he was doing from the beginning, or somebody at the studio who was giving him the money said, "No, we're doing it this way." That's what I feel like happened. Or maybe, I mean, he put his wife in it. He puts his wife in everything. He's got to stop doing that.
Wait. Who's?
I don't really like music.
Oh yeah,
we were talking about the Fifth Element. He did the Fifth Element as well. Oh my God, that's right. He puts his wife in everything.
Oh, okay. Wait, we're gonna get way off topic. Oh no, no! I've got to stop myself. Because you said Mila Jovovich, and then I was like, she was on a song with Maynard.
With Maynard.
A couple of songs with Maynard, if I'm not mistaken.
No. And they put some Perfect Circle in one of the Resident Evil movies. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah.
Oh,
damn it!
Another good one was Constantine.
If I had an applause button, yeah, Constantine.
He's
Constantine
asking for a part 2.
I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, and he should get it, and I hope that he does. And I've heard that he will.
If DC's smart, they will do it.
I've heard rumors. Yeah, one of the only DC properties that I think could
there's a few others,
DCism.
but I almost went on a tangent.
Maybe. No, it's okay. It's okay. I know we're a little off topic. We get heated about these things. Should have seen our group chat earlier.
Static Shocks is going to be a good movie, I feel like. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, moving right along. We got some unsolved mysteries to talk about today. I wish I had the unsolved mysteries music queued up, but I don't. And I don't want to get dinged for copyright, so I'll just there we go. Right. But
tonight on Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, man. A man and a woman missing. So I have to ask. So I'm a big fan of Unsolved Mysteries.
The show used to fucking scare me as a child.
The show is terrifying. I did watch the show. As a matter of fact, one thing that fascinates me, I think that's where the idea for Jeepers Creepers came from, was Unsolved Mysteries.
Really?
There's a whole video on it.
I don't
yeah,
think
have
so.
you never seen it? Oh, that's fascinating. That's something we could talk about.
Why didn't we just... okay. I had no
I don't
fucking
know.
idea
I don't
that this
know.
even existed.
I can totally talk about that.
Audience, do you hear?
Yeah,
They just sprung this shit on me. I didn't know that this was the thing.
Yeah, so for those who are listening, go try to look up the Jeepers Creepers Unsolved Mysteries. I swear to Christ, it is shot by shot, and this came out way before Jeepers Creepers did. It is shot by shot inspired by a true event that happened to an elderly couple. I think it was an elderly couple that were driving home from vacation, and it's fucking wild. They were. Let me see if I can pull it up. I would love to pull up the audio of this and just have everyone hear it. But yeah, originally I was going to talk about D.B. Cooper, but damn, I did not have a clue.
So
with this.
while he's pulling that up, the episode, we said Unsolved Mysteries, and what we kind of mean is not true crime unsolved mysteries. We are wanting to pull things that are within the realm of horror and Halloween and spookiness and all the things that we relish and celebrate on this podcast. And so we try to pick out some of the ones that are the fun bits. I mean, because we could find a 1,000 different true crimes. I mean, how many podcasts are there? That'd be exactly, and that's not what we are. So no, absolutely not. No,
I'm just
sit and watch and listen
to
it forever. But I'm just not the point of this one. So we grabbed some special tidbits.
So I went ahead and I put the link to the video in the chat. I'm going to try to get the audio in here for you people as well, if I can. Because
wait, I don't understand.
Story.
Did they get chased by something? What happened?
They sure did. They sure did. It's a whole thing. The church, the dead body in the rags, the chase sequence, all of it based on a true story, swear to God. I mean, the dude didn't get, picked up and flown away or anything like that. I mean, that'd be batshit crazy if he did. But the rest of it, absolutely terrifying, absolutely true. And I guess it's probably best that I let Robert Stack do the talking for me, because nobody can quite narrate it like that, man. And,
I wonder if this thing flew at him.
Up here. Well, see,
or did his tag say "bee eating you"?
Weird. I don't think his tag said "bee eating you," but
okay.
I'll let Robert do the talk.
Right.
Oh no!
It's time for Unsolved Mysteries with the Halloween 365 podcast.
For those who I can't show this on YouTube, so I can't play it with everyone, but I can play the audio. I think I can't.
No, that's fair use.
But people watch along if you can. I'll even put the link to this video in our podcast.
Easter Sunday, 1990. A lonely road 12 miles outside of Coldwater, Michigan. Ray and Marie Thornton set off on a leisurely drive in the country, as they did every weekend.
Real quick, if anybody's ever seen the movie Basketball, there's a wonderful cameo by Robert Stack where he's just relentlessly ripping the South Park guys to shreds. And I just want to put that out there.
But in just a matter of minutes, the routine Sunday outing would place this ordinary, law-abiding couple at the center of a strange and ominous mystery.
We were driving south on Snow Prairie Road, and all of a sudden a van was just on us and passed. Look at this guy coming around us, honey. He sure is in a hurry.
There he goes. Jeez. He must be in a hurry.
One of the things we do when we're out driving around is we make names out of license plates. And Marie came up with the G's. He's really in a hurry because the first two letters of his license plate were GZ. And it was just spontaneous, really no thought behind it.
Several miles down the road, the Thorntons came across the man and the van a second time.
As we approached an old schoolhouse, I saw a man behind it, and he had what appeared to be a bloody sheet.
Man, that's a bloody sheet. Where? He's behind the building, right?
As we continued passing the school, I saw the van parked between the building and a big tank.
There's the van that passed us.
Where?
It's right there.
There was the one that passed us?
Yes, I'm sure it was. It was the van that passed us.
Minutes later, the van pulled up behind them again and rode their bumper for nearly 2 miles.
I'm gonna start writing this stuff down.
Our game really paid off because that helped me remember the first 2 letters of his license plate number. But we wanted to get more, if possible.
Well, he's got a white skull cap on right now, like mine.
Finally, a nervous Ray Thornton turned off the highway. When he did, the van pulled to the side of the road.
We decided to turn around and come back and see if we get a license plate number. We felt if we could get the license number, then we could turn into the police. The guy was acting very suspicious, and we just felt that authorities should be notified. There he is.
What is he doing?
I don't know, he's in the back of the van. He looks like he's changed. He is. He's changing plates.
He was behind his van with the passenger front door open.
You seen the numbers on that plate? He just
And
put up?
I saw that the passenger door was covered with blood.
There's blood all over that door.
What door?
The passenger door.
That guy has done something.
He has.
The Thorntons feared that something unspeakable
Okay.
Okay, you look like you were gonna say something.
No. I mean, I was expecting
Oh,
a
okay.
winged beast to come and grab these people.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh,
no,
I mean,
no, it's a
not
dude
bad.
that he murdered his
Expedition X. I mean-
ex-wife and
Yeah, Dennis
Dupois.
I cannot say his name. I want to say Dupois. I want to say Dupree, but it's not Dupree. It's Dupuis or something. Dupuis. Anyway, the dude was sick and he murdered his wife, and that's the general gist of the story. But what's fascinating to me is the fact that it's absolutely, it's totally shot by shot. Jeepers Creepers minus the winged beast.
and the
It's
and the
very
tunnel.
bizarre to me. Like and the tunnel.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, down
dude
the
throwing
chute,
the
yeah.
body down the abandoned schoolhouse tunnel. All of
Right.
that. The license plate thing. The bumper chasing. The whole thing. It's very. It's terrifying to me, but at the same time, it's I don't know if I would put this one in an unsolved.
Well, it is
was
not
at
unsolved
one
anymore.
point. But
That's not
it is
spooky
not
enough for me,
unsolved
Chad.
now.
I don't think that.
Yeah. It's not spooky enough for you, but
Yeah, I had it
did you
playing
watch
while
the
you
video
were.
with it?
That's the
No?
reason I was.
Maybe?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. The video to me was creepy. I don't know. People just
Go check it out since we can't show you the video, everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, that was not what I wanted to pick. But yeah, I just figured I would share that with everyone since it is a spooky podcast, and I just wanted to shoot from the hip on that one. So yeah, there you go.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
creepy, but if they had
I get it.
a winged for sure. Oh yeah,
Mothman
yeah.
chasing them,
What
too.
was it, Betty and
Yeah.
the couple that the Mothman? No,
Is it
Chase.
Travis? No. Oh no. I'm thinking of yeah. I was thinking of dude from
no,
the
no.
abduction story, the Travis.
It's not
guy.
Travis Walton.
Yeah, it's it's I mean, if I saw someone doing the things that just happened in this video, I'd shit my pants probably because I wouldn't pull off on the side of the road. That's for sure. I don't know what urged him to do that.
He was
I feel like that was
gonna
an unsafe
kick some
decision.
names and take some ass.
Yeah, he was going to get out and pull that white skull cap off and go to town.
So, what was your other choice?
Oh, so anyway, I just I don't have any like articles pulled up. Once again, I'm shooting from the hip. But I want to talk a little bit about one of the most crazy unsolved mysteries of all time that may or may not have been solved. I only say that because there's a man who on his deathbed may have confessed to this. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about old D.B. Cooper. So, what do you know about D.B. Cooper, Justin? What do you know?
That he hijacked a plane claiming to have a bomb. He had a choice of multiple parachutes, but he chose the older military one after he stole all the money off the plane. If he jumped out where the FBI claims he jumped out, then he would have landed in big pine trees and broke his legs, like on Without a Paddle.
Both of them,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good movie. And how, thanks to Expedition Unknown Sir Josh Gates, it looks as if that he landed in the Nevada desert. That would be the smartest place. Because they did not, the pilots wouldn't want a bomb to blow up near a major city. So they went out to the desert just in case.
Yeah. And what's fascinating is the fact that he was able to hijack a Boeing 727. And I'm pretty sure they were leaving Were they going to Seattle? Yeah, they were flying from Portland to Seattle. What's funny about that is my grandfather-in-law was actually working for Boeing at the time that this went down. Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to him to see if he remembers the story of when this all went down, because he was working for Boeing at that point in time. So, and he was living in Seattle. So I want to hear his side of the story about it all. Maybe he doesn't remember, but DB, roughly, a lot of people, or he went under the other alias.
He sounds like a NASCAR driver.
What was that?
Here comes old DB. You can round the corner.
Here comes DB making that little turn. DB, apparently, this individual is fascinating because the one thing that you pointed out is the fact that he chose an older military-style parachute. And the type of parachute that he chose, you would have had to have had some form of training to even be able to operate this thing. So this dude was obviously some form of
ex-military. And that parachute was less safe than the other parachute. Because the other parachute was newer. The only difference is that 100%. One was military and one wasn't, and the military one was older. So he chose the less safe parachute. So that means that he had to be familiar with it, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Either it was a familiarity thing where he's like, no, this is my baby. I got to take this one, or he was just stupid and grabbed.
That's what I was thinking too, because there are researchers that are like, okay, that means he had to be in the military if he grabbed the military chute. Does not mean that in my head, because that could mean like he just didn't know which parachute to freaking grab.
Yeah, I think he panicked. But here's the other thing, but we don't know. Like, he jumped out during a storm at a very high, well, not high altitude, but a relatively not safe altitude for jumping out of a plane or even, jumping out of in a storm. But what's funny is he strategically chose the Boeing 727 because of this exact reason. The Boeing 727 has a ramp on it that you could easily
the rear hatch ramp
from that ramp. So if he's going to strategically go through the effort to plot everything up to that point, he obviously probably knew the difference between the parachutes, right? Like, wouldn't you think?
I mean, I would hope. I hope.
Maybe.
Because
I would hope.
if
yeah.
not, then you just mean to tell me that this guy was winging it. He was just like, you know what? I don't know how I'll get off the plane, but I'll get off.
I mean,
So, another question.
I just feel like I don't know.
Another question
Yeah.
is, let's say it's not like Without a Paddle. Oh, wait. No, wait. Sorry. Without a Paddle, he lives, doesn't he? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, his partner lives and he carries DB in the backpack.
Like in the movie, yeah, his partner lived in. Yeah.
He said, I brought him with me.
Yeah. So messed up.
He said, yeah, we're going to go see the world.
Yeah.
So let's say that he didn't
Oh my
break his
God.
legs. What is his next move? Let's say he lands in Nevada desert.
So some people claim that there's actually a trucker who claimed that he picked up an individual who was soaking wet and carrying a deployed parachute, kind of rolled up, and he picked him up. From a
Yeah,
truck
that's
stop,
what the
right?
story
Is that
was.
correct? I might be getting my facts a little messed up. So yeah, what does he do next? Like that's the good question.
thought
like,
that
where
that
does he go from here?
Story was disproven by Josh.
Maybe.
I thought that once they narrowed
I
it
don't know.
down to there was something specific. He was actually in another place than what he was saying he was in.
Oh yeah. Well, they were saying that he couldn't physically walk from the point A to point B, which would have been, I guess, where he was supposed to have landed was near.
That's where they
Oregon? Is that
suspect.
correct?
So
Or
in the most recent
Like he-
episode, they went to where, which looks like it's got water now, and they found pieces to an old parachute. Like, like the buckles
the
to an old
buckles.
parachute. And not far from there is where that kid found some of the money that DB stole, and it washed up on the shore. So I don't think he ended up in the desert. I think he did.
definitely don't
I think
he
he
made it
did
to
end
Reno.
up in Oregon. Is it Oregon or is it Washington?
Well, it's weird because I see both. I see they say he possibly jumped out between
Okay.
Portland and Seattle, so he could have ended up in
So
in either
around
place.
that area,
Um,
if he landed in the trees, he would have been hurt. And that's where they think he
Yeah.
landed,
Oh.
isn't it?
yeah. I've heard both. I've heard that he possibly landed in the trees, cut himself down, at which he broke his ankles or his legs.
Which so
Um,
the theory is that you were talking about before I interrupted you was that DB got to live a full life.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, there is a gentleman. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I wish I would have had more of that prepared. There was an individual who on his deathbed claimed to have been D.B. Cooper. He said, I was D.B. Cooper. I did it. The gentleman had an extensive KGB and U.S. military background, which kind of lines up with a lot of stuff. And he was a professional jumper. He had multiple airborne division jumps in his records. So, I mean, maybe could have been him. But, why would you admit to that on your deathbed if it wasn't you? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like there's anything to gain out of that. You're dead. There's no fame, really. And even if you do get fame from it, what good's it doing you? You're gone. I don't know.
So I don't know if
What do you think?
I swear that whenever I watched the episode that Josh found some way to disprove that it was not that dude. But if it was, then this
I think
dude
so.
got to have a full life, a family, live out his career, spend the money. I wonder what he did with it.
Man.
How much was it?
At the time, it was like, I want to say, was it 75,000? Let me find out. I thought it was like a pretty low amount, relatively speaking.
In today's time, it would be.
It would be it would be in the millions in today's time for sure. I do see that originally they offered a $5,000 reward for anybody that found him. Oh, okay. Here we go. $200,000. At the time, it was $200,000. In today's money, as of 2020, it would have been over $1 million.
$1.3 million to be exact.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Homeboy would have walked away with a good chunk of money. At least enough to retire for about a year in modern day. Hell, I don't know. I might be able to, I could retire with that. I had to think about it.
Well, he
Gas is
didn't get to
getting
keep
high,
it all.
people.
He didn't get to keep it all, so that's the other thing. Because obviously some of
He
it
definitely
washed
didn't
up
get to
on
keep it
shore.
all.
Who knows how much he even left with whenever he hit the trees and he said, "Oh, motherfucker, my legs."
Can you imagine the adrenaline that was pumping through
I
that
don't know
man's
what.
body?
I mean, I guess.
God,
He had to have had like
he
a
was
plan.
going hard.
I don't.
I would hope. I mean, I wouldn't be jumping out of a plane with no plan and hopes and dreams and a parachute.
Let's talk about how
World War
shitty
II.
it would be to do all of this. Your adrenaline's pumping the entire time while she's gathering the cash, and then the pilots are freaking out. Everybody else is freaking out, and then like you're ready to go. You're ready to jump out. You jump out, and then you eat shit, break your legs, and die in the woods. You just lay there the rest of the night with your broken legs and like wolves and shit eating you.
Man, that's some Elden Ring pain. Like that's what that is. That's he lost all of his
they're
room.
everywhere.
It's all over. Yeah, dude, it's just everywhere. Like, I feel so bad for the guy. But there's a slim part of me. I don't know what his motives were. I don't know why he did it. Don't know who he was. He could have been a horrible person, but there's a part of me that deep down wants to think of this man as an American hero, and I want to pull for him. I want him to have made it, just because he's the legend that we live for.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
agreed.
You know what I mean?
So, as a matter of fact, there's even a festival that they have, the D.B. Cooper Festival. It'd be fun.
I would love to go.
For those of you out there wanting to know why we are talking about D.B. Cooper, how could he be part of our spooky or Halloween or horror unsolved mysteries? Because the man just disappeared like he didn't exist. No body, no nothing. Except for the little kid on the beach.
Nothing. And even that's not even
No.
directly linked. Like, there's no... I mean, there's theories, but we could talk about
I mean,
theories
that could be a whole episode,
for sure.
which, easily done.
I didn't mean to take up all the time.
No, you're
talking
good.
about that,
You're
so
good.
I'll
I've got
stop.
actually. It works out because I've got a couple of quick ones. So I'm gonna rapid fire.
Okay, cool.
You give me your opinion. Everybody out there, give it a listen. But this one struck my interest. Was the case of Septic Tank Sam?
So you mentioned this one.
Yeah.
I need to know what the hell is going on. Like, what is this?
So
I think I know, but I'm not sure.
in a small town in Canada, a couple tried to find a pump for their septic tank, essentially. When they opened the tank, they discovered a badly decomposed body of a man. The man had been mutilated and tortured, and likely tied to a bed based on markings. And eventually, he was shot before dumping into the septic tank.
So, I just want to say, it had to have been something, relatively recent when they were cracking.
Had to be.
that septic
Well, no, it
system
definitely
open,
was.
correct?
It was at that point in time. 1977 was the time that this happened. But since then, his body, his unmarked grave, because there's an unmarked grave, they had buried him because they didn't know who it was, has been exhumed twice
I was gonna say they didn't get a name.
since 1977. Yeah, because they're doing facial reconstructions and doing they're having dentists go over his dental to see if it matches anything, but they still have no records and no clue who this dude is.
So this guy just kind of literally came out of the shit work,
Just
like
from nowhere, just completely.
there. That's
Somebody hated him enough to torture him while he's tied to a bed, we're assuming, and then shoot him in the head and then dump him in a septic tank. I'm just kind of curious. I don't know. Like, I wonder if it's
that's,
if it could
that's
be
that's a
like
head
somebody that
scratcher.
lives off the grid that never, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you're saying he
this
was
is just
somebody
me
that lived off the
pondering.
grid,
I don't
or
know.
Somebody that lived off the grid.
If they didn't have a record of him of
yeah,
any
yeah. No, I-
sort, how did he not have?
yeah,
Yeah,
no social.
did he never go to the dentist? I
No
don't.
wallet. No wallet.
Septic tank
I
Sam.
don't know.
Septic tank
That's
Sam.
rough.
Yes.
That is
I mean,
different. I don't know what to think about that one. I mean, that one's. There's a lot of. I hate to say it, but I feel like any time that a child is murdered, they always find them in like fucking whales. They always find them in wells, or they find them in like some kind of septic-like system. Have you noticed that? Like that seems to be like a common trope. I've never quite figured that out. Maybe it was an old man. Maybe
No.
they don't have an age?
Well, I mean, it doesn't say. I would say that they
I was
probably
thinking maybe it
have
was
an
someone
estimate,
who's like-
but it's not in the article that I've got here. Just to kind of.
I was thinking maybe like somebody was hospice.
I don't
care
know.
and
I
like,
mean, they
fuck
really
this
went
old
through
man.
it. They did torture and
Dumpster.
shit. Like, did they must have? Whoever did it, I feel like. I mean, they obviously knew
something
him.
was
They had
up.
some sort of hate against him.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
unmarked
vendetta,
grave.
yeah.
Never discovered out who he was. No record of this man. It's almost as if he doesn't exist. My next one that I want to discuss is the case of the Watcher. And I backtrack and said the Watcher because whenever I was going through these, you said, what's the Watcher? So now I have to tell you what the Watcher is.
Yeah,
Most of the
I'm
people out
curious
there
about
probably
Watcher.
already know, but in 2014, a family bought a house in New Jersey, right? Before moving in, they began to receive letters from a guy that was calling himself the Watcher, detailing their comings and goings. He was basically saying, I see you, and he would say the address of the house at 314. I'm going to make up an address, 314 something Boulevard. I am the Watcher. I see you come at 3 p.m. every day. I see your son following with you. I can see what room he's playing in. Is that his bedroom? Does he like it? Does he see the spirits watching him through the hallways of the manor? I, the Watcher, know. Stuff like that. And these were hand-typed letters. I mean, well, not hand-typed. Typed letters, yes. No, they were typed letters.
Handwritten, yeah.
Yeah, so just typed
typed,
letters
typed.
and sent to them through the mail, and they were getting them with this type of detail. And then at one point, he even goes as far as to say that the house begs for young blood. He said, my family has watched over this house. My grandfather watched over this house. My grandfather before him watched over this house. We are the Watcher.
Just a
Yeah,
family of
so,
serial killers.
As I said, they in the letters it described the comings and goings of the family, getting their entire schedule together. They even brought their children into it, as I said. The man claimed that workers would soon find something in the walls of the house if they kept renovating as well. That was in another letter. They hired investigators and they set up cameras, but the man was never caught in the letters of the house. So they never could trace it back to him because it was all typed. and it didn't come from anywhere, no specific address or anything like that. No clues to give anything away. They didn't have any enemies. And the family sold the house. And then since then, somebody else has moved into the house, and I don't know if they've gotten any letters. But I can say, because BuzzFeed talked about this at one point in time, that there were other people on the street that claimed that they had gotten similar letters.
So,
No, you're good. That was
I'm not trying to
all
interrupt
I'm
you or
got.
anything. I have a very similar story that happened to my grandmother. Not my my grandmother by blood, but my grandmother-in-law. It's funny. That's weird. We were talking about my grandpa-in-law too. When she moved into her community, and this was here in Arizona, in a place called Sun City. It's kind of a retirement-like community. She started receiving very bizarre letters from. They nicknamed him Snake Man. Because he basically sent them a letter in the mail that said, you don't know who I am, but I know you. I just want you to know your neighbors are snakes. That's why they called him Snake Man. But she kept receiving these letters, and I swear to God, she has them to this very day. I'll have to bring them on the podcast and show it. That's so funny you said that. I've never heard of the Watchers. Never heard of the Watchers until today. But now I'm starting to think maybe this is somehow tied to that. Because I swear, man, true story. True story. I've seen the letter, held the letter. It's weird.
The Watcher and
It is weird. Yeah. The Snake Man, apparently.
I don't think so. That's the first time I've heard you say it.
That?
Yeah, that's
Oh
mind
my
blowing.
God,
That's weird.
I'm tripping.
But the Watcher,
Okay,
that's
Yep.
real. And apparently, they asked the people that they owned the house before them, and they had also received letters too.
Man. Makes you think.
They had to be
What if it
within
was like...
distance to be able to sit and watch. They had to live on the street.
What if they were living in the fucking house?
Oh, like that chick that was in that
Like
video
in the attic
in the
or
New
some
York
shit.
apartment where she comes down and
Yeah.
she starts eating the food.
Yeah, or she just fucking comes down. Eats
Listen,
cereal and then just
I
goes
would
back up.
shit
What
all
if
in
that's what
my
this dude is
underwear
doing?
if that if I watched my security cameras the next day and I
walk in the
saw that.
kitchen.
I would shit.
Oh.
First of all, I would cover my mouth
I would.
so I wouldn't let them know upstairs. And I'd shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I would get a knife and just start stabbing the fucking stealing.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, just blood just starts fucking pouring out. It's like that CM Punk movie
Oh,
that was called The Girl on
yeah.
the Third Floor or whatever. Yeah.
I mean,
don't
that-
know. It's like
yeah.
fuck that noise. I'm
Same
not,
thing.
No. Freaks me out. That's a fear of mine because I have an attic chute
Yeah.
that's kind of like that in this house. And every once in a while, our cats will make these crazy noises. And I'm just like, who's up there? I'm
Listen,
like looking around, just thinking, it's like, maybe.
Creepily enough, my
Maybe.
dog, he likes to pay attention to, like details of things and try to see to wonder what it is. Like if you talk to him, he sits there and stares and twists his head the entire time
Oh,
you
yeah,
talk to
just
him.
the head tilt.
And so he does that with everything because he's so curious about it. And he heard something that I did not hear and that the cat did not hear. But and then he looks straight up at the ceiling and starts barking.
Fuck
And he
that.
did this for weeks on end, dude.
Oh,
The cat
that's
never
even
reacted.
weirder.
There's a
Do you have
space
an
up
attic?
there, but I would assume it's empty. Yeah.
Just a crawl space?
So
That could have been something.
it
up
was
there, maybe
a
bat.
fucking rat. I heard it whenever I was asleep one night because I
Oh,
shot up
okay,
in the bed
okay,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck? But no,
Still though,
the
because those little
dog.
bastards are
But I couldn't
loud.
hear it though. I was sitting in the same room with the dog, and he was obviously, I guess he heard just them up there, and he was like, "What is that?"
That's
Yeah,
weird.
no,
It still
no.
freaks me the hell out. I love how we both tried to come up with explanations like instantly about that. It's like, no, it's obviously this, but it's like we didn't straight up.
Well,
go
no.
paranormal.
I mean, if it was anything paranormal, the only thing I've ever heard scratching in the attic was on The Exorcist, and I damn sure don't want it to be that.
Oh, hell
I'd move
no.
out this
There's
fucking
fire
house.
and
I'd
torch.
leave it.
Yeah, no. See you later. Yeah. There was a video you actually sent me. This is kind of off topic. I won't talk long about it. I just want to be brief. There was a nanny cam video.
Oh, I just posted it on
Travel Channel I
yeah,
posted
shared
up.
it on.
Bro. Now that video is fucked. Like I've watched that like several times over,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I still can't figure it out. Like I'm still looking at it like, what is this? Like, what
So
the
Paranormal
fuck
Caught
is
on
this
Camera,
thing?
everybody. I've said several
don't know.
times before to go watch this, but they don't. The past few episodes I've seen, they don't even have scary stuff on there. I don't know if everybody just stopped filming or what. Anyways, this video is one of the last scary ones that they did, and I was watching a mediocre episode. I was like, oh, there's possibly a UFO maybe, and then all of a sudden it showed this nanny cam, and I went, what the fuck is that?
Bam. Yeah.
And it stops and it turns and it
like
stares at
they
the
get you
camera.
because you're like, it fucking stares, and it's got a
There's more to that
glowing
video.
damn
Like if you
eye.
actually, you've got Discovery Plus,
And I'm
just
like-
check it out on there. It show because it takes photo,
I'm checking it out.
and so it moves. It looks,
Yeah.
turns its head back toward the crib and stuff, and looks
bro.
in on it. And I was like, get it the fuck out.
I don't know what to think about it. It's got like fucking Jar Jar Binks features with a little bit of thickness in there. I don't.
Yeah, its eyes and mouth
what
did
it
not
is.
look. I mean, I don't know.
I can't figure it. It could have been somebody in a suit.
Okay, but would
That's
that
what my
would
mind
not
first went to. I was like, oh, that's
be a joke to your infant children? That would traumatize
exactly.
this
That's
child
like
for the rest of your life.
I don't know. My brother pulled some traumatizing.
Yeah, but this is
jokes on me
toddler
when I was a
level,
kid,
and they look
so-
up, they open their eyes in their crib, and they look up and
Yeah,
see that thing
that's
looking
true.
down.
It's like,
They'd grow up to become serial killers,
Oh my god.
which is what next
Most
week's episode of Halloween 365 podcast is going to be about,
we
ladies
go.
and gentlemen. We said we weren't going to jump into
Oh,
true
man,
crime
killers.
because we're not.
We literally just
We're
said
going to
that.
jump into the serial killers that inspired horror movies.
I think that's a good way to do it. I think that's the H365 way of doing
Because there's several of them out there.
it. Oh man.
The
Did you have
only
any
other
more,
thing that I
unsolved
had that I want to
mysteries on
briefly
this
go
adventure?
over, and I may do a full go over whenever we do our summer of adventure that we're going to be doing, which hasn't been announced yet for anybody out there. We've got something that's kind of near and dear to our heart.
Dude, I'm so yeah.
So,
I'm excited for
Get
that
ready
one.
for
All right.
that.
I'll take some blue chew on that one.
Um,
They're not a sponsor or anything, but
So I'll real briefly. I'm going to bring this up again.
you're
Yeah, Blue Chew. The Nazi bell is what I wanted to bring up, and I don't want to go because we could go real deep on this. I guess I'm not gonna leave this open for discussion. I'm gonna leave this as a cliffhanger of a statement,
Yeah,
and then we
100%.
will come back to this on our summer of adventure. So the Nazi bell. This Nazi bell was a supposed top secret Nazi scientific technological device, a secret weapon, or as referred to in some places, the Wonder Waffle or the Wunderwaffe. The Wunderwaffe.
I can make so many
Um,
jokes right now. So many jokes
so,
about Wunderwaffe could be made
the
right
first
now, but I'm not gonna.
description of this Nazi technology that was seen in the woods was described by a Polish journalist, Igor. I will not even try to butcher your name, sir. I'm not even going to
course
try
his
to
name's
butcher that name. It was later popularized by military journalist Nick Cook, who associated it with a Nazi occultism. So, there are a lot of conspiracy theories on what it is. We know that Hitler, Bram Stoker, and a few others were part of a secret society where they believed that they could talk to aliens psychically and channel them. They played with the Ouija board a lot, and they did call on the aliens to come and rescue the master race that they put on Earth, which is what he claimed as the Aryans. So, there's a theory that this was a possible spaceship. There is a theory that this was a time-traveling device, so that he could travel not backward in time, although that is suggested, that he traveled backward in time or forward in time to escape being captured, or that he traveled forward in time until aliens actually made contact with Earth. Has also been described as a anti-gravity weapon to affect enemy soldiers on the battlefield. What any of it is, you'll have to find out. No, it's a mystery.
Ladies, gentlemen, looks like the work of a ghost. Let's start by ruling out ghosts.
All right, another good episode for us. Do you have anything to take?
I do. I have a couple of small things to take us out on tonight. A couple of birthdays.
Cool.
Jessica Chastain was born today, March 24th. She was in Dark Shadows, Mama, and Crimson Peak. Allison Hannigan, also known as Lily from How I Met Your Mother, but she was also Willow on the TV series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Her birthday is today. Mean Mark Calloway, better known as The Undertaker, his birthday is today. Yeah, I think he actually used to wrestle by Mean Mark Calloway at one point. Yeah, and Steve McQueen, today is his birthday, and he starred in the original The Blob. That's all I have for events on this day. There's a few movies, but not any that we're going to jump into. I do have some quick Halloween 365 news, though. Halloween Universal Horror Nights has released their dates for 2022. Scream 6 directors have announced that they are willing to risk it all and that you can subvert your expectations to who you think the next killer is going to be.
That's it.
Christina Ricci joins Tim Burton's Addams Family Netflix series Wednesday, but she will not be playing Wednesday. And Scream 6 gets a release date for March 2023.
Bam, bam, bam. Wait, that was my sad attempt. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. So no.
She's
no
gonna
Wednesday,
be
huh?
in it, but she will not be Wednesday. That's the last report that I heard. So
Strange choice. Well, as always, people, this is fun for us. We love doing this every week. Don't forget to go follow us, rate us. We need ratings.
Suggest
by
us
God.
to
We
a
need
friend.
Ratings. Yeah, suggest us to a friend, family member, colleague. We got to make that list. This is the summer of the list, the spring of the list. This is
maybe
the
it should
spring
be the
point
year of the
to
list.
the list.
The year of
The
the
year
list.
of the list. We're
Yes.
going for it, people.
Don't forget to tune in. Next week we're going to be talking about serial killers that inspired horror movies, and we've also got the Summer of Adventure coming up, as well as a few other things that we've got planned. So stay tuned. Keep it spooky.
Listen to the ending.